Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Today is Wednesday, 28th of October 2020. Today, inshallah, we are going to recall the past continuous and the use of it. Before we start, I want something from you girls. I want you to look at this one. This is your worksheet. This is your worksheet. We worked on it last time. We read to the examples. Now, I want you at home. What are you going to do, my darlings? You are going to answer the exercises in this worksheet. I uploaded for you on the site. Okay, you are going to answer them. And if you want anything, if you want any question, or you didn't understand what do you have to do here, you can ask me because we are going to do it online, inshallah, next week. Okay, this is the thing. You have to do it for yourself, not for me, because we are going to do it, inshallah. Okay, now we're going to move to your book. Please bring your book, your pupil's book, page 24. Write the date and the day up. We're going to work on this side on the grammar in context. Okay, now we're going to accomplish these outcomes. The important outcomes here that we are going to recall the past continuous tense, which is was or were. It's written up plus verb ing. Okay, now before we start, we are going to revise or recall the past continuous, the form of it. We are going to deal with the uses, okay, and the keywords. Okay, now we have question 1a. What are we going to do? We are going to read the sentence. We have 4 sentences and 4 uses. We're going to match each sentence with the use of it. Okay, first of all, I'm going to read the sentence, then the uses, then we're going to answer them on the board. Deal? Now look at 1a. Look at sentence from 1 to 4 and match them with the explanation of their uses in A to D. Okay, number 1, somebody was crying. 2, while I was watching the program, I suddenly heard a loud noise. 3, I went towards the kitchen. 4, I studied in my room for an hour or 2 and then I had dinner. Okay, now we are going to the uses. Number A, a completed action in the past. B, 2 completed actions in the past that happened one after the other. C, an activity in progress in the past. D, an activity in progress in the past interrupted by a sudden action. Okay, now number 1, somebody was crying. What do you think? Which one? Yes, good job. C, an activity in progress in the past. Somebody was crying. Okay, what do you mean by progress? It was happening at that time, but in the past. Okay, number 2, while I was watching the program, I suddenly heard a loud noise. Of course, number C, this one. Number 1 is C. Is it clear for you? Number 1, C. Okay, now number 2, while I was watching the program, I suddenly heard a loud noise. This goes with what? Which one, if you remember? Yes, D, an activity in progress in the past interrupted by a sudden action. If you remember, we said that the past continuous, one of its uses, when we have 2 actions in the past, happened in the past, one of them interrupted by the other. The main action, we put it with the past continuous was or verb plus verb ing, and the verb that interrupted, you know, interrupted يعني قطعه, interrupted by the simple past. Okay, now the sentence says, while I was watching, this is the main action, the program. What happened? I suddenly heard, this is simple past, heard a loud noise. Okay, number 3, I went towards the kitchen. What is this? Yes, it's A. Excellent. A completed action in the past. The action is finished, completed in the past. Okay, number 4, I studied in my room for an hour or 2 and then I had dinner. If you remember, this one was one of the uses of the simple past. I studied in my room. We have 2 actions, which is B. 2 completed actions in the past that happened one after the another. Okay, we took this with the simple past. Now 1B, let's go. Of course, this is 1C, 2D, we answered them. 3A and 4B, okay? Now we're going to move to question 1B. Look at this one. We make the past continuous with what? We made the past continuous with, look at me, with, here, with the past simple of be, which is was or were, okay? This is one. Be, was or were, plus what? You have it in your book. Plus the verb ing. Here, look at this one. Here, with verb ing, okay? Now, grammar reference, we are going to move to page 28, but we already took it in the last class. We read this one and we took the uses, okay? Now, we are going to return back here. We have this exercise. It's exercise number 2. Speaking, I'm going to mention it orally. We have this picture. You are going to describe what can you see. Of course, what was the old man doing? We are talking about something in the past, this picture. But we are using the past continuous because they are still here in progress, okay? Sat home here, working. Yani. What was the old man doing? Look at this old man. He was picking up a loaf of bread, okay? What was he wearing? We can say he was wearing a blue blouse, okay? Deal? Now, or blue jacket. Now, we're going to move to question number 3. Look at this one. This one is very exciting one. You know why? We have, this is a picture. We're going to write like a mystery story. Work individually. We are going to write in a complete sentence to answer the questions about the story. We are going to finish this story, okay? We're going to use our imagination. We're going to make brainstorming, okay? We have mystery story, okay? Now, one afternoon, we are talking about this picture, about this man. Look at him. One afternoon, a man was sitting in a cafe, drinking tea. Look at question A. What else was he doing? Look at the answer. He was talking on his mobile phone. Okay, now we are going to continue. Look at this piece of paper. Suddenly, an old man ran into the cafe and shouted the young man's name. He called the man, okay? Number B, now we're going to answer the questions. We're going to invent the events from ourselves, okay? Now, what was the young man's name? For example, I wrote it here. His name was Alex, okay? I invented his name. His name was Alex. Deal? Now, number C. What was the old man wearing? You can see I wrote here. The old man was wearing, this is the rule of past continuous. The old man was wearing a blue jacket. Okay? Let's go to D. What is question D? What was the old man carrying? You know carrying? Holding or lifting. The old man, or he was carrying, look at me. He was carrying a black bag. Okay? A black bag. Now, let's go to E. What was he looking for? He was looking for the evidence. Okay, the evidence. Now, let's go to F. What did he take out of his bag? What did he take out of his bag? We can say he took out of the bag or of his bag a gun. You know gun? Gun. Pew. You know gun? This is gun. Okay? Now, look here. The old man ran quickly towards the young man. Okay? Number G. Then, what did he do? He gave it to Alex. What did the old man do? He gave it to Alex. Look at this one, this question. Okay. He gave it to Alex. I'm going to wait for a second and return back to you. Okay, I'm going to restart. Now, let's move to question number H. What did the young man do and why? He took the gun and hid it. He took the gun and hid it. Why? So no one see it. Okay? so no one see it. Deal? No. Let's go to I. How did the story end? For example, they were caught by the police. Okay? They were caught by the police. Now let's move to question number 5. We're going to do this one together. Okay? Look at number 5. Complete the dialogue by putting the verbs in the correct form of the past continuous or past simple. It depends on the sentence itself. We have Row, Colin. Row, so Colin, what were you doing yesterday at 4 o'clock? Okay? I think, look at this one. We have help between the brackets. My friend Kevin with his homework. What are we going to put? Was helping because it's in progress. I was helping my friend. Rob. Oh, Rob. Really? When I space rang Kevin at 4 o'clock, when I ran, because he gave him the specific time. When I rang Kevin at 4 o'clock, okay, he wasn't doing his homework. He wasn't doing his homework. What was he do? Look at E. What is E? Watch TV. He was watching TV. Okay, he was watching TV. Number F. Look at F. Colin. No, I remember. I ran in the park at that time. I was having a run in the park at that time. Okay? Rob. I be in the park yesterday afternoon. I was. Yes, good job. I was at the park yesterday afternoon. But I what? Didn't see. Yes, excellent. I didn't see you while you what? Of course, it stopped. We have these points. Colin, that's strange because what? I was wearing a bright red running shirt. I was wearing this one. I was wearing. You are going to see it, and I'm going to photocopy it for you. Okay, I was wearing a red running shirt. Of course, this is Rob. Did anybody else see you? Look at this one. Did anybody else see? We're going to put see here. You while you were running, which is K, while you were running. Colin, I have no idea, Rob. Why are you asking me all these questions? What? Look at this one. What were you doing at 4 o'clock? What were you doing at 4 o'clock? Okay. M. Were you reading another one of your detective comics? Were you? Of course, you are going to write it here. Capital, I forgot. Where here, it's a question. Were you reading another one of your detective comics? Rob, yes. Come on, Colin. You know that I want to be a detective when I grow up. I need to practice questioning suspects. Okay, for now, today we have taken the past continuous and the use of it, and we did this exercise on the book. See you for next week, inshallah. We're going to do the exercise in the workbook. Okay, goodbye.